time in the North Island Champs, coming to you live from Tauranga. Thank you so much for joining us. We will have champions crowned at the end of this match. We joined the proceedings very early in the game, the open mixed doubles final. Alexandra and Yang up against De La Pena and her Lee. This is going to be an absolute cracker, Barry Griffiths, especially since we get to check out De La Pena.
Oh, what a return from Joanna there. Yes, Slovenia, we've got Alfred De La Pena serving now, and he is the top seed at this event, I believe, on the men's singles. A very strong player, classy player. He's been New Zealand international for some years, and our first sight of Alfred today. Very strong pairing with Sarah as his partner, and Sarah has been to 5 World Championships, I believe. So, yeah, very strong.
Very strong pairing from Alfred De La Pena and Sarah Hurley. Will be favoured to take this one out, but it's early stages in this match, and at the moment it is Josh Alexandra and Joanna Yang displaying some mighty fine table tennis. It's finals time. There will be a champion crowned at the end of this one, and it's there for the taking at this stage.
Nice shot. I would pick Alfred De La Pena and Sarah Hurley to win this, even though they're behind currently, just with the strength of Alfred, and Sarah is a very solid player as well.
We've seen some impressive play from Josh Alexandre so far throughout the tournament, though, in the individual and also in the mixed doubles.
Yeah, he's a class act. So,
he's an entertaining table tennis player. He's always chatting with people in the crowd and a smile on his face, a bit disappointed, but doesn't throw the bat, so to speak.
No, he's got a good temperament, and he's just a very good performer. So I think he'll be tough out here. Depends to some degree on how Joanna plays, but because she can be very strong when she's on form.
So it's first to 11 in each game. 5 games will be played to decide the winner if we get that far. At the moment, Young and Alex leading 7-6.
Oh, he tried for a wide flick to the forehand and just too wide, yeah. So Alfred to serve to Joanna. Is he going to push his luck with the serve here?
He's a very tactical player.
Signal there. Side top spin, she picks it. Oh, and the door's left open. Beautiful forehand.
Lovely from the left-hand side.
Yeah, Joanna left stranded on the forehand, and I think Josh made a bad decision to go to Alfred's wide forehand, giving Joanna no way of recovering. Wonderful return of serve.
2 decent return of serves there from Joanna Young. Impressive stuff, and she gets an opportunity to serve now. 9-7 in the first. Little team tactic chat.
Oh, no signal, it's the chat.
No signal this time.
Oh, wonderful. Sarah saw that. Beautiful block.
For those watching table tennis for the first time in the doubles, you serve right to right. Team player has to hit the ball after you. Tactics certainly play a part in the doubles format.
So we're all tied up at 9-all.
Many of these competitors have already been competing in the individual events. They've had lots of warm-up. There's the signal.
So Josh has got to keep it safe if he can. Tries to keep it safe with a short return. It pops up and Alfred puts it away.
So imposing with that left-hand forehand is Alfred Pena.
Oh, very, very good shot by Josh. Heavy topspin, but he landed the ball short, and that resulted in the ball dipping quickly, and it dropped just past the end line. Alfred attempting an attack, which was basically impossible. So, Josh, great shot. Wow.
Excellent placement of the ball that time from Alfred De La Pena. Game point.
Good short play here.
Oh, who was brave to go wide
Wow.
first? Tell you what, you've got to keep the ball away from that left-hand strike of Alfred De La Pena. Excellent start to the game. It was up to 11, but you need to win by 2 points. So 12-10, the first game going to De La Pena and Sarah Liu. We take a look at some of the highlights. There's the signal. You know whether you want the ball to go, so you anticipate where the return will be.
So this is where Alfred has a superb backhand block. He loves to block it back cross court. Short play here.
All short.
Here we go. And now Josh comes in with the forehand topspin to Alfred's backhand and bang.
Just pushes it through across the table.
It's a trademark shot of his. He's super strong at that backhand cross court punch block.
Expect more of the punch block from Alfred De La Pena. This is the first of 5 games complete. 12-10, nothing in it. It is the final that you're watching here of the North Island 2022 Individual Table Tennis Championships. We haven't had a crowd like this or a tournament like this for well over 2.5 years. Players rewarded for their tenaciousness and commitment to the sport, and so too are the fans. Serving, it will be Sarah Lee, former national champion from 2012 and 13. Plenty of international experience for Lee. Keeps it alive.
That's a bit unlucky, isn't it?
That can be a very unlucky sport at times, can table tennis. Joining me in commentary is Barry Griffiths, former Olympian from the 1988 Seoul Olympics. 8 times national champion. Last won the national title back in 92, was it?
92, yeah, last one.
Just like yesterday.
These days it's veterans.
Well, you're still playing and training with a lot of these players as well, so we feel very fortunate enough to have you in commentary with us today, Barry Griffiths, and what table tennis we're witnessing as well this afternoon.
Yeah, and looks like Alfred and Sarah starting to get on top early again. So that's a no spin serve signal.
Is there such a thing?
Well, it's like it's a serve where you typically do a heavy backspin, but you fake to do a heavy backspin, looks like it, and then gives no spin. And so if they anticipate that, it pops up.
The deceptive serve.
Oh, caught old Josh there.
We haven't seen much over that from Josh Alexandra. He won't play too many of those shots throughout this match.
Good heavy topspin from Sarah.
Hard to come back from that one. A towel break on the 6th point. Team tactics starting to assert their authority in this second game is Pena and Lee. Power.
Oh, wow.
Power shot.
Joanna has some real power off both sides.
Need to see more of that.
Yeah, I think so. She's got to try and impose herself in this match. Yeah, worth a try. Because Joanna has the potential to put pressure on Sarah. Alfred is super strong, so it's just that opportunity. I've got to take it. Nice return.
Caught him off foot.
Wow.
How do you stop that, Barry? How do you stop that? So quick, so much power.
Just need to try and keep the ball lower, but her return was actually reasonably low. Look, it was not high at all. Just a beautiful shot.
Lovely cross-table shot from Pena, putting them in the hot seat. 3-7, 3-8.
Spin, heavy spin. Josh trying to control it, but unable to keep the ball on. A lot of pressure being applied.
Where to now from Alexandre and Young? What do they need to do to try and claw their way back into this match?
Well, they need to get the initiative. They need to attack first because Alfred is just simply too strong on attack. Sarah's holding her own really well at this point.
down the middle that time.
I like that rally for Josh and Joanna, and it started off with Josh attacking Alfred's serve. It's a little bit risky, but I think they need to do it. You can't just put it back safely. You see, that's not, to me, that doesn't work. Yeah.
4-10, game point.
Top spin.
Lovely serve.
Oh, wow.
Keeps it alive. Good defensive play, but nowhere to go against the power and finesse.
That forehand down the line from Alfred was such a difficult shot. He struck that ball from, around knee height. Yeah, if we see that again, look at this.
Just seems
that shot there sets it all up.
It seems so comfortable for him to play that shot, and yet it's such a difficult shot to play.
It's very low, and he's picking the hard ball as well. Look how low that is.
Yeah, and once it's spun off, it's almost nowhere to go.
It's just a top-class play from Alfred.
So this is the final of the mixed doubles at the North Island Table Tennis Championships, coming to you from the Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre in Tauranga on this Matariki weekend. Exciting times for Alfred De La Pena and Sarah Lee, leading the first two games and looking dominant and ominous so far. They took out the first 12-10, were forced to win that by 2. And the second looking very comfortable indeed, 11-4. Really, it's time for Josh Alexandra and Joanna Yang to dig deep and try and remain in this contest. There's no question about it. This is the game they need to win for the final to continue.
They can't defend like that. Alfred is just too strong. They've just got to get the first attack in. Short serve, no.
Wrong option on the short serve that time from Young.
I think she got away with it, but basically if Sarah gets that top spin in, Josh has to defend and then Alfred will finish it. So I just don't think it's a good option.
One apiece.
Yeah, that's not so bad. As long as it's tight and Josh can then get a solid block back into Sarah, then Joanna has to attack.
Off the net.
I think that kind of play can work. A little bit lucky.
Josh Alexandra to serve.
Top spin serve, got away with it.
Did well. And again.
No backspin that time, and I think Josh has got to go for it. Can't just put it back.
Can't afford to play a defensive game, can Alex and Young.
I mean, it depends on your opponents, but these guys are too strong. You've got to actually respond with a bit of aggression.
2-4, Pena to serve in the third.
So I'm picking that's a heavy backspin signal. Yeah, it is.
That was.
And they attacked Josh's forehand middle, which is a common theme, and he played a backhand with it sort of.
He serves perfectly on that heavy backspin, doesn't he? It's beautiful to watch.
Here we go again. Looks the same.
Same again?
I think it looks that way. Here we go. A little bit passive from Josh. He's got to go for it more.
4-all in the third. He half went for it.
Just a little more. I mean, sometimes trying to be a little safe is not actually safe. That's better. Great block.
And to the body of Pena was probably a better option than giving him all that length in the forearm where he's been so powerful.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're attacking against Alfred, I think it's a very good idea to attack his forehand. His backhand block is always ready. What a great return. Bounced twice. Josh thought it was coming long. Yeah, looks like a timeout. There's the cards come up.
Comes up for a timeout, for opportunity for the athletes and competitors to have a quick corridor in the corner and discuss what's going to happen next. You'd be thinking that Alex and Young would be saying we can't afford to play a defensive game now. We have to attack and back ourselves.
Exactly.
Business as usual for Alfred De Pena and Sarah Hurley, who've dominated the match so far. They're in the hot seat, the box seat, by being up 2 games out of this 5-game set, and they can wrap it all up here and now. A little bit of frustration also setting in for Alexandre and Young.
Short serve. And Josh tries for a bit too much.
Working well, that short serve, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I think short serve's a good option, but you can see the pressure that Josh is under here because of Alfred. He's got to come up with something strong, or else Alfred will punish them.
Just put it away.
So 5-7, here we go. Towel break, they want to have a little chat perhaps.
Josh is like, I'll take my time now. I'll put this is exactly what it's going to look like. He's quite a character, is Josh Alexander.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, nice. So Sarah's trying to keep it safe, so Josh can't attack too much. Nice flick, beautiful forehand.
Nice.
And he misses one.
Lovely forehand from Young that time.
Back to 7-all.
That put De La Pena on the back foot. 7-all. Alfred De La Pena serving.
Oh, great
Nice
return. Beautiful.
How do you do that?
Well, it's just the wrong come across that side of the ball.
That's spun in the air.
Well, they call it a strawberry. That's the name for it. Going the other way, believe it or not, it's called a banana.
Makes sense to me completely. Got a whole right fruit salad here in the commentary box.
Good return. Oh, wow.
Lovely return of serve. Nice and short.
Yeah, Sarah kept that super short. Don't know how she controlled the ball that well. Great shot.
You're watching the mixed doubles finals of the North Island Table Tennis Championships. We're down to the 3rd game. Pena and Hurley leading by 1, 8-9. Just too strong. He's just too strong. Match point.
Match point. Not sure what
this is for the title. This one's for the title. What do you signal on a match point? Sarah Hurley, we will find out.
No spin. Alfred round winner.
That was perfect. Exactly what the signal called for.
Yeah. That's brilliant from Alfie. He's looking like he's in ominous form for everyone else.
I'm sure there are lots of individual players out there watching his performance in the mixed doubles as well, but they've been crowned champions. Have Sarah Hurley and Alfred De La Pena with a convincing and dominant performance in this mixed doubles final. That certainly makes things all worthwhile when you pick up the silverware and announce the champions of the competition.
Yeah, that was a really great performance. They combined beautifully with the attack from both of them, and really any opportunity that set Alfred up put them in a position to win the point, and just enabled them to pull ahead comfortably. Just a really clinical effort from them.
We've seen some great table tennis from Alfred De La Pena in the past. He displayed some fantastic things out there today to win a 12-10, 11-4, 11-8, teaming up with Sarah Hurley. And they are your North Island table tennis mixed doubles champions for 2022. Here's the highlights package and plenty of beautiful table tennis on show.
Look at that footwork. He stepped around very much like August Zhao.
Our little 11-year-old Zhao.
So, yeah, we'll be seeing that from him in the future for sure.
So much is about getting the body into position first of all, isn't it?
Yeah. The footwork, getting around, creating the space for the shot rather than getting cramped up. So, whereas a lot of players have been caught in their middle, Alfred's movement around that area is absolutely perfect.
So time to showcase the future of table tennis. We move into the under-15 girls singles semi-final, a do-or-die clash between Lisa Gear of Auckland, closest to your screens in the blue top, up against Kiki Su from the North Shore. They're both playing for a place into the final.
So Lisa Gear is the daughter of Wayne Gear, who is a former national representative, and Wayne is the chairman of Auckland Table Tennis. He's here today. I've seen him around. Lisa has been progressing with her table tennis and doing well. I'm not so familiar with Kiki Su, but if she's come out of the North Shore Academy with Daniel and their team of coaches, I would expect her to be a very strong player. Oh, there's Wayne in the corner in the red shirt.
Keeping an eye on his baby girl.
Yes, keeping an eye on Lisa, and he often trains with her at the Auckland Stadium, and yeah, he's doing really well with her.
Interesting you mentioned Kiki Su and the training regime on the North Shore under the wise guise of their head coach, Daniel. They've certainly come on in leaps and bounds, so to speak, in the sport of table tennis.
Yeah, very strong. I mean, his professional performances as a coach, I think, has showing its efforts here with strong performances from their players.
So this one will be a cracker of a clash. The next generation of table tennis players here in Aotearoa on show today. It's the semi-final of the under-15s girls singles event. Lisa Gear comes from fabulous pedigree in the world of table tennis. Has her own unique and individual style that she likes to display.
Yeah, Lisa's quite athletic. I mean, in the times I've watched her play, she moves well. She's quite comfortable to cover a lot of court. She may not have quite the same ability as some of these other players, but she really does cover the court well. She has improved a lot, though, so I'll be very interested to see how she goes.
Let's get this one underway. Kiki Su to serve first.
Look at that movement. She's really looking to go around that backhand, hit her forehand, and still covered the wide ball. So quite athletic, very fit.
This is the semi-final of the under-15s girls singles. Lisa Gear versus Kiki Su.
Terrific forehand, a lot of spin.
A lot of spin, a lot of power.
Yeah, you can see the pressure already on Kiki Su there. That's like, what do I do face? We'll see.
8 times New Zealand champion Barry Griffiths joining me in commentary. How much of table tennis is about keeping your cool and remaining focused?
Yeah, I think you can't let things get to you.
Which is difficult in tense situations like this.
But you know, you can never guarantee whether you're going to win that next point. You can guarantee how you're going to play it, but it doesn't mean you're going to win the point. As long as you do that and can sustain that over the course of a match, there's a very good chance you'll end up with a result going your way in the end. But you can never guarantee any individual point.
How much of it is reactionary and how much is predictive?
Well, you don't really want much of it to be reactionary, really. You want to anticipate. And so you actually want to become familiar with your opponent's patterns and anticipate the way they're likely to play, and then adjust your game accordingly.
And in terms of that, is that targeting weaknesses of your opponent as well?
It certainly is trying to analyse where they're strong, and half the time understanding where they're strong will tell you where they're weak. So with Cecilia looking to push in an earlier match, really go for her backhand, it would tell me I've got to go to the forehand or the forehand middle, which, as we saw, did turn out to be a weakness. So you're always probing. Where are they strong? And then that will start to tell you where they might be weak.
Well, Auckland's Lisa Gear at the moment
racing away,
certainly in control of the opening stages of this match. 1-8, Su serving.
Beautiful.
Lovely forehand.
Beautiful forehand.
Impeccable. That was gorgeous.
I mean, if you look at the leg work, she bends her knees and pushes from her right leg to her left leg. Everything's going into the ball.
She's obviously put a lot of hard work in preparation for this tournament, has Lisa Gear.
I don't think we want to see too many close-ups of Dad. I've watched him watched Lisa's matches before.
It's the 10th time watching your kids, you know that.
And his hands clench, his teeth grind. They probably wouldn't appreciate me saying this, but
I'm sure.
he gets a little tense.
It's always difficult watching someone you coach, let alone being your daughter.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd be pleased so far with the performance that Lisa Gear is putting in out on the table.
Oh, fantastic so far.
Game point, 3-10.
Look at that. Kiki Sue cannot handle that level of topspin at this stage. She needs to adjust.
The return of serve has been exceptional from Lisa Gear. She runs away with that first game, winning 11-3. Time for Daniel to have a chat. Pass on his information to the troops and say, you can't make it that easy for her.
Certainly Daniel will be explaining to her how that ball is coming with heavy topspin and she's got to change her bat angle to allow for that. And also not to make it so easy for Lisa to get that forehand topspin in. He's having a lot to say, isn't he?
Do you think Wayne would have focused heavily on his daughter Lisa Gear and her topspin on the forehand in preparation for this? It's just an element of his game and her game that they want to perfect?
Well, she does actually play a little bit like he does, style-wise and so forth. So you can see that in how she plays. Yeah, Wayne was always very athletic as a player and would go around and use a lot of forehands, and so Lisa's doing the same. So yeah, I'm sure that's the case. Look at Dad, he's happy.
Always gets the last word in, does Papa there. This is the under-15 semi-final at the North Island Table Tennis Champs. Looking for a place in the final. A great first game from Lisa Gear, dominated every aspect of the game of table tennis, not just on the scoreboard, but performance out there as well. She gets the serve. There it is again.
Oh, lovely forehand.
Sue will just have to keep it away from her forehand.
Well, I mean...
easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, isn't it? As we saw with August Zhao earlier, that it's hard for Paul Innes to keep it off the forehand. Because Lisa moves so well. Look how much of the table she's covering with the forehand. Right on the backhand side.
That follow-through on the forehand is magnificent. So she's getting lots of her spin from.
Interesting to note that of these 3 points, Kiki Sue has not hit a single one off the end thus far, which she did in the first set. So I'm sure Daniel, what he's had to say, has impacted that. Great forehand there.
She picks one up finally in the second game, does Sue. 3-1, Gear leading. She's really low on that serve, doesn't she?
Yeah. She's got a good defence back from the table, Lisa. She's comfortable back there and can get a lot of balls back.
That makes your game so much easier when you're confident in defence.
She's just so athletic. Nice.
To the body, might be the secret.
Nice. Well, she hasn't had much opportunity to get her attack in, so, you know, it's good to see.
Too much on that one.
Yeah.
Really could have done with that point, Sue. Just on the table edge.
Oh, yes. Great shot. I think Sue's definitely playing better this game.
She's going to talk to her coach. That's exactly what she needs to do.
Nice. I just think that, you know, Lisa is able to control that table with her forehand. Can Kiki Sue stop her doing that? I don't know.
Good rally.
Oh, wow.
What a
forehand.
Lovely stuff from both competitors. That time Gear came up with the upper hand in the power shot.
Great shot. Nice. Oh, nice.
Nice reaction.
She's not going to die trying. She's going for it. This is a much better set from Kiki Sue.
4-7, Sue.
Yeah, lovely backhand. Maintained her balance against that. That ball was very deep. Didn't overhit it. Little topspin serve. Surprise.
A surprise and effective as well. Racing away with this one now is Lisa Gear of Auckland.
It's unlucky.
Went for the double bounce shot.
She just doesn't miss any of these forehands, does she? Very, very well drilled.
Game point, receiving the serve. 5-7 to Gear. Off the net and deep. And even knows where she went wrong. Lovely player to watch is Lisa Gear. So
smart.
athletic and strong, so confident. Exceptionally focused.
Interesting, pressure.
Too much on that one. Takes a breather this time. Doesn't look at Dad.
Well, I do feel that Kiki Sue is doing a lot better this game. This is interesting, a lot of pressure on. Oh, she takes it.
Too far that time. So Lisa Gear wraps up the second game in this 5-game match. It's an under-15s clash. You're watching the future of table tennis Aotearoa right here in Tauranga. She goes and has a chat with her coach and her father, Wayne Gear. Never short of a word or two when it comes to instructing his daughter on how to play and what she needs to do. But she's doing it all on her own at the moment out there and is putting in an impressive performance. A magnificent display from this youngster based in Auckland with such a bright future. She trains hard and she plays even harder. Lisa Gear leading Kiki Sue after taking out the first two games, 11-3 and 11-7. We did see an improvement from Sue, as we can see here on the highlights on game 2, that she had improved.
That's a great backhand.
And we need more of that from Kiki Sue if she's to remain in the game.
Nice.
What a return of serve.
It was great.
We are fortunate enough to be watching this from the side, and that was magnificent.
Oh, got some real side spin on the backhand there. It kicked right into Lisa's body, causing a mishit.
Probably need more of that, of the ball kicking into her, so it gives her less time to react.
Yeah.
Good serve.
So the question is, can she stop Lisa getting in with the forehand? And that's one way to do it. Return a serve, top spinning it to the backhand like that. I like that serve going into the forehand because I can see that Kiki Sue likes to return on the backhand first of all, and that just catches her a little. I don't think it's a good play to serve long where Lisa can get her forehand top spin, and it's such a strong shot.
She's too strong on that long serve.
That's a better serve. That's a better serve.
Gets the point.
Kicked in, that's the one you wanted.
That's what I asked for.
Yeah.
Good to see. Great table tennis from both these young players. Both of them are under 15 years of age, playing in a national tournament.
I actually think this could be close.
Off the net, play on.
It's a bit unlucky for Lisa, but well taken opportunity by Kiki Sue. 5-3 lead for her. First time she's actually been on top.
It's been a while since we've seen her lead the match. 3 games in, and now it's 6-3 with her to serve.
All of a sudden, a little bit of doubt for Lisa.
How does Lisa Gear react to the pressure?
Nice top spin.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Like a campaigner 10 years older than herself. It's a very important part of this match. Gear, 4-6, took the first 2 games. Has to go wide, looks for a great shot.
That's unbelievable. Did you see how
did
far?
she get there?
How did she get across to that? Wow. Great serve. I'm still stunned by how she reached that last ball.
Incredible athleticism from Lisa Gear to get there. Gives a little clap on that side. Sue 7-6 with the serve. Dominating play, missed it completely.
Yeah, well, the ball
There's a
was
saying
quite
for
short.
that in table tennis.
Yeah. I sense a change here in this match. Much harder this game for Lisa to get her forehand in play. Kiki Sue is really positioning the ball in more difficult spots.
Under the pump for the first time is Lisa Gear, serving 6-9. Winds up the forehand. First time right, second time not so. There's a spring in the step of Kiki Sue, serving for the game.
Yeah, nice placement. Wide to the
Great
forehand,
placement
short.
on the serve. Clever placement on the serve.
Well, Lisa's standing right on her backhand corner, so if you serve, you can still serve a safe serve short and wide to the forehand, and it could well be that Lisa might end up reaching for the ball and losing control either making an error or popping it up. And I think that serve is a very smart serve.
It's a semi-final of the under-15s girls singles at the North Island Table Tennis Championships. We've seen a fight back from Kiki Su after going down the first 2 games to Lisa Gear of Auckland. Has managed to reign supreme in the 3rd game, winning 11-6. Will this one go to 5? Time will tell. A short break for the players. Fabulous serving from Kiki Su, which is giving her an air of confidence throughout the game, a smile on her face. We're underway for the 4th game now.
I'm just a little bit worried for Lisa here because Kiki Su was able to position the ball much better that game. If she can do the same in this set, it could be difficult for Lisa.
Surely she's been told more of the same. That would be the instruction.
Well, I'd suggest she has a bit of a star coach. Yeah, I think she will have full instructions on what to do.
1 apiece. Su to serve in the 4th.
Lucky for Lisa there, lucky. With
Nice
that
serve.
short serve to the forehand again,
Yeah.
I think clearly Daniel has said that.
Forcing Lisa Gear out of position early.
Make her reach for it and then make her come to the forehand, and then it opens the backhand up for you as well. Just makes it, at that point, makes it so much harder for Lisa to get in with her forehand.
That time off the net and 2 deep. So the point goes to Su. Serving Gear at 2-3. Pressure is on the young Aucklander.
And I think Lisa, in countering that, needs to start attacking Kiki Su's forehand. She's controlling the ball with her backhand quite well. But going to the forehand, I think, will help to counteract that.
Another serve down the left.
Yep, and she came to the forehand and got the error. I think that's the play.
The placement.
Yes, again, forehand.
Very good placement.
Interesting that Kiki Su did not do a short serve to Lisa's forehand on either of those occasions, and she lost both points. Why would you not do that? It had been working.
Even for one of them.
Yeah. She had been dominating with that serve, and she just didn't do one of those.
Gear up, 5-3, serving.
Good serve to the forehand. Nice block, but she was out of position. Lisa had the opportunity. But tense here.
We have a battle on our hands, table tennis fans. Hard to believe that both these competitors are young teenagers competing in the under-15s. Great staff, Table Tennis New Zealand, to showcase such magnificent talent.
Oh, false serve. I think that's the pressure. I think there's
You don't
real
see that
tension.
too often.
No.
It doesn't happen to you, Barry.
It does actually. I'm a bit ambitious with my serving, so I try a lot of things. So I false serve a bit.
Double bounce.
It's unlucky.
That is unlucky. Be heart-wrenching, this sport sometimes. Su leading 6-5 in the 4th.
Yeah, good push, good tight push there. I think Su went for a bit too much. Okay.
What
so
can Lisa Gear do?
She's going to be looking to get it in with her forehand. Su tries to keep it tight, and the result is an error.
Good serve.
Do the same serve again, I would, yeah.
Nice flick. Great rally.
Yeah, wonderful.
Great rally.
Yeah, those rallies are good for Su. Her backhand's stronger than Lisa's, and so when they get in those rallies, it's likely she'll come out on top. Lisa's looking tense here. That's a shot she's been making all match.
Uncharacteristic errors coming from Lisa Gear, receiving the ball at the moment. Su leading 8-7.
So she's calling for a let. The moment you toss the ball up, the ball's in play, so it's up to the umpire.
I think a ball came.
Okay, so yeah, let,
Into play.
replay.
Still 8-7.
There's the short serve, good.
Oh, too long.
Strange, I think there's tension both sides. The short serve got a slightly weak return, and she just played a passive shot. So it's 8-all. Nice serve. Wow, great
What
return.
a return. One of the best returns we've seen all afternoon.
That's a beauty, under pressure.
Great stuff from Kiki Su. 8-9 Gear.
And she responds with a long serve. That's a good play.
Very clever play from Lisa Gear. We're all locked up.
9-all. It's really tight. Great backhand.
From both.
Oh, no.
Here we go. She'll make her pay for that one.
So unlucky. At 9-all in the fourth game, that is just what you don't want to happen.
No, it can be an unfortunate sport at times.
I mean, there's just nothing you can do. So this ball here, is it? Hits the net.
Yeah.
And she's got no chance other than to lob it.
Nice backhand spin that time from Sue.
Yeah.
So here we go.
So that's a match point saved, isn't it?
That is a match point saved.
Yeah.
We have to go to 12 now.
Yeah. Alternate serves now. Lisa just a bit too tight on that forehand.
Game point.
Game point, Sue.
Serves.
Dad's looking pretty tight there with his arms folded. Heavy top spun. That's clever.
She looks to Dad and says, what went wrong? How about that? Sue taking out the fourth, 12-10. It has been a topsy-turvy match in this semi-final clash of the women's under-15 contest. It's been a roller coaster ride for both competitors. At several stages they've looked exceptionally composed, and then at other times they've looked very, very stressed indeed.
Yeah, that was a really exciting finish to that fourth game, and saving a match point. Kiki Sue comes back, levels it at 2-all, and the momentum is with her now.
And it certainly wasn't with her in the opening stages of the comp.
Look at the heavy spin on that ball.
Lisa Gear looks to her father and coach Wayne behind her in the red shirt, almost like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah. I don't think she's doing anything wrong. I actually think Kiki Sue has changed her game and put a better performance together. So the momentum is with Kiki Sue, so it's going to be very hard to call.
Fifth and final game in this match. Gear winning the first two, Kiki Sue taking the next.
Yeah, and it feels like Kiki Sue might have the advantage here to me.
She's very composed at the moment as Kiki Sue.
Oh, nice serve into the middle.
Very good serve down the middle. Good option there from Lisa Gear.
Dad is chewing his shirt.
Oh, too long. Too long. Chewing the nails and the shirt, everything.
Oh, nice return.
Disappointed in herself as Kiki Sue with that one. Still serving, 2-3. Replays the shot in her mind and in her body. Wasn't good enough first time round. Gear with the upper hand. With the serve, 4-2 in the fifth and final of this under-15 semi.
Topspin serve, nice.
Lovely serve.
Wonderful block on the forehand side. Looks like at that situation that Kiki Sue's now realising that Lisa Gear is going to go to the forehand. Lisa at this point should change her direction of attack on that ball and go to the backhand.
Let's see if she does that.
It's change of ends now, I believe, at 5-3. I'm presuming they should be changing
Umpire
ends.
agrees. Pulls the competitors in and says change in on table.
Hey.
Sue down 3-5 with the serve. Too deep.
That's that short
from
serve
Lisa
to the
Gear.
forehand again, causing Lisa to reach. It's a
She
very
doesn't
good
like
serve.
it.
No. Well, Lisa's deep in the backhand corner, so it's quite hard. Quite hard to get across there in time.
Oh,
lovely backhand.
You can appreciate the coverage across the country as we live stream to you through StreamShop, thanks to Table Tennis New Zealand. But when you're here on court tableside, it is magnificent.
Oh, nice forehand, good serve and follow-up.
With the spring in her step now, Lisa Gear 7-4 up in the fifth. The winner of this one will proceed through to the final of the under-15s women's singles. An opportunistic time for the coaches to call a timeout and have a quick chat to their players. Lovely serving from Kiki Sue. Exceptional top spin on that backhand. It has become her favourite shot in the dying stages of the match. She's remaining focused and is concentrating on the job at hand. That job means she's trailing by 3 and will need to play some of the best table tennis of her very young career to remain in this competition.
It's really interesting what happens with the timeouts. The momentum was with Lisa, but you take a timeout, quite often it changes around. And that's why Daniel will have called it.
Clever.
More for that reason than anything else.
Rally.
So this is a key point here, I think. Oh, wonderful.
How good was that rally?
Really
Left fist
good.
goes up from Lisa Gear. I've got it, Dad.
I think it's really important for Lisa to make Kiki Sue to change from backhand to forehand to backhand, because she gets very settled on one side. There's the short serve to the forehand again.
It's worked for her.
And it's effective. It's an effective play. Crucial time.
Pulls one back in, does Kiki Sue. 5-8. On the net. It's another chance.
Great loop, stepped around. But I ask you, why is she not doing that short serve wide to the forehand? Because that has been bread and butter.
And that's what we've seen from Gear in the first two games, was that beautiful loop shot. So much spin on it. Now she's with the serve and 2 points away
Lovely
from
serve.
spot in the final.
Oh, it was there. She just missed it. And Dad's arms go up in the air.
Gear to serve, 9-6.
Big serve, this one, because here we go. Because the difference is 7-9 or 6-10, and that's such a huge difference.
A massive difference in table tennis.
Yeah. So this is still on edge. Nice backhand, and 8-9.
And Sue with that advantage of serving one more time.
9 all, yeah.
Can she lock it up?
There's the short serve. And
she didn't hold back.
She didn't hold back, and I thought it was good she had a go at that, but I liked the fact that Lisa went to her forehand side, because she's been looking good on the backhand.
Match point, Lisa Gear,
Right.
serving, leading 10-8. What will she serve?
What's the serve going to be? Oh, Dad calls a timeout.
Interesting time, Wayne Gear, to call a timeout on your player who was about to serve for the match.
I quite like it, because it sort of takes you away from the tension of the moment, and then it reinforces to everyone that it is match point, and one mistake and you're out. So I quite like letting the opponent have that finality of letting that situation sink in. So if Lisa can hold her nerve, I've seen many times in the situation of a timeout being called that the player who's match point down makes an error.
It could backfire.
Oh, you could be right. 10-9, but that's a great return.
And another opportunity to serve for the match. No timeout this time.
No.
And deep and long, and the win to the young Aucklander.
Yep. That is a great win for Lisa Gear.
And what a great match.
Wasn't it great? That's the most tense encounter we've had.
Two exceptional young athletes here displaying their table tennis skills. Kiki Sue having to fight back from being 2 games down at the start of this semi-final under 15s clash. Papa Bear Wayne says, well done, Lisa.
I think there's a little sweat on the brow of Papa Bear.
he's got drool on his shirt because he's been chewing on his shirt because he ran out of nails to chew on. But Lisa Gear here, just 14 years of age, a remarkable athlete. And really exceptional throughout that match to keep her composure and keep her cool.
Nice backhand.
Credit to Kiki Sue, though, to fight back in that match.
Oh, 2-0 down, and she came back.
You said she would. You said she'd fight back.
Look, I just think she adjusted her game nicely. And a fight back from 2-0 down was really good. So I think Lisa should be proud of herself for hanging in there. When you're 2-0 down and coming back like that, it's just hard to take that last set when all the momentum's against you.
If you enjoyed that coverage of Lisa Gear winning that semi-final, you do get a chance with our live streamed coverage to watch her in the final at just after 5 o'clock this afternoon, and the under-15s girls singles final. We'll work out her opponent for you shortly, but now we're back into the open men's singles, and it's quarter-final time. Matthew Ball will be up against Roger Wang of Auckland. What do you expect from this one, Barry Griffiths?
Well, this is going to be fascinating. So Roger Wang, let me just call him for what he is.
Take it away.
He's a brick wall.
Is that his nickname? Is that his table tennis nickname?
I'm just saying, having played with Roger a few times, hitting the ball through Roger is like trying to get through a brick wall.
Really?
That guy his block defense is sensational. And the thing with Matt Ball is his attack, both backhand and forehand, is technically very, very nice and very solid. I think we can expect quite a few long rallies here. And it's going to be a challenge for Matt. Matt Ball is the big favourite. He's been a long-time New Zealand representative. He's a top player. Roger is maybe just a step down. But if Matt is not hitting everything 100%, he could get under quite a bit of pressure here. I mean, you can just look at Roger. His swing is so short, so compact. It's built for defence, both sides. So, yeah, where you'd suggest that it's best for most players to get in an attack, Roger's very comfortable defending.
Do you feel as though we might be in for the long haul on this one?
Depends. If Matt plays well, he could take him out it's up best of 7. Yeah, could take him out 4-0. But if he's off game at all, this thing could be a long 7-setter. So Matt the favourite, but Roger is super solid.
Let's get this one underway with Roger Wang serving first.
And Roger's normally quiet, but when he fires up, sometimes he can get a bit vocal.
Makes an impact already, does Roger Wang. 1-0 with the serve. And for the short serve.
Yeah, short serve, and I think they're just getting into it at this point. Not too much to read into that.
It is the quarterfinal of the Open Men's Singles. Roger Wang in the blue up against Matthew Ball in the black shirt. You're watching the 2022 North Island Individual Champs coming to you live from the gorgeous Bay of Plenty. Joining me is 8 times national champion and former Olympian Barry Griffiths, bringing his expertise to the commentary box. And so far, the competition has been outstanding and more to come.
Absolutely. This is looking like a good match to me. Surprisingly, Lavina, I just see over the top of our monitor on the next court there that Gina Liu is 2-0 up on Joanna Yang. This is a surprise. So, yeah, that could be going Gina's way from the look of it.
There's been plenty of surprise packets so far in this tournament. We can only bring you one match at a time, but are covering as many bases as we possibly can as we count down to the finals later on today. We'll have the Open Men's Doubles final heading your way, as well as the singles of the girls, the women's, the under-15 boys, and the finale being the Open Men's final. So stick with us. Plenty of table tennis heading your way. Nothing in this opening match so far.
Wow.
Nice forehand from Matthew Ball.
And counted for a winner by Roger. So that's just Roger is so quick on defence and counter-attack.
He's a brick wall on defence?
I would say so. Here we go, 4-all.
That one too long from Wang.
Two tall players here. Yeah, nice ball wide to the forehand. Matt Ball likes that. He gets a nice hook on his forehand and he's able to take it very wide to the opponent's forehand.
When you look at their efforts and performances on paper over the years, the favoured for this match would have to be Matt Ball, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Matt's got more firepower. He's a strong player. So I don't think that Matt will be too scared of Roger's attack. The challenge for Matt will be heading through Roger.
Which, as you know, is a very difficult thing to do. Ball serving 7-4. Wow.
So you can see, yeah, Roger attacking. It's not hard or anything. It's more irritating than dangerous.
Means for a long rally, though, which makes exceptionally entertaining table tennis.
Yeah. And he can do it all day. I mean, look at the blocking from Roger.
When he does force himself to attack just like then, it does go a little wayward at times for Roger.
Yeah, he'll get himself into it. His errors on attack will reduce. I think overall, as the match goes on, Roger will start zoning in and making fewer errors. But even so, it's 6-7 now, and so Matt's got to be keeping his eye on the ball here. It's tricky.
It's do or die as well. You win and you get a place. as you progress forward, and if you lose, you do not get to go forward in the competition.
So 7-all now. Matt's forehand is strong. His backhand is solid, but Roger's is also solid. I see Roger wanting to go backhand to backhand with Matt because he's so consistent with that. There we go. He's trying to flick into Matt's backhand and get into that rally.
Clever serve. Nice and short down the left side.
Roger's attack here is a little soft.
Early days in the match at this stage.
Yeah.
It does take a few for them to warm up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what we've seen so far.
Yeah, so it's been a couple of opportunities there at 7-all, and he's so now 9-7 for Matt. Loose serve. Loose.
That ball at game point at the moment. He'll receive the serve, wins this one, and he'll get a rest and feel very happy indeed. Good placement from ball.
Great shot.
So strong.
Yeah, his forehand's very, very solid.
Yeah, he shows a lot of faith and confidence in his forehand, does Matthew Ball. Takes the first game in this do-or-die quarterfinal. Could watch it all day.
I know.
Oh, we are watching it all day.
And just updating on the table next door, we have Joanna and Gina Liu, Joanna Yang, and Gina had a lead of 2-0 and 10-9. Joanna has come back. Gina is about to serve at 10-11.
What a cracker of a match that one is.
This is a very big moment in that match.
Men's quarterfinal at the North Island Championships for table tennis in Tauranga. And it is Matthew Ball winning the first game, 11-7 over Roger Wang. Wang in the blue shirt to receive the serve. That's just how we wanted to start it, is Roger Wang.
Yeah.
Let's see if Matty Ball varies things up here on his service.
This is good. That's a rally that Roger likes, just to get in onto Matt's backhand. I think he favours himself to win those points.
As you say, he could do that all day long, Roger Wang. He can just defend, hit back, hit back.
But Matt's quite smart. He's constantly changing it onto Roger's forehand, where it's just a little bit less secure. Yeah.
Forces him wide.
Lovely recovery from Roger. So he's putting a bit of pressure on Matt here, so this is good for Roger. Matthew
Ball won the first game, 11-7. He's serving now, down 2-3. Defining moment in the match. Someone needs to take this game by the throat and do something with it. It's a short break, a towel sweat break on the 6th point. Both players know exactly what they need to do to defy the odds of their opponent. What will it be from Roger Wang as he serves at 3-all?
Oh, nice deep serve to Matt's backhand.
I don't think Matt was expecting that.
No, well, Roger likes to do that long deep serve to the backhand, and yeah, I think it's a good play. Matt's backhand is solid but not spectacular. He's not going to kill you with it. Oh, that's nicely done. Wonderful footwork.
Exceptional rally.
Yeah, had Roger all over the floor.
Table tennis fans, we warned you, you were in for a treat, and that was just one of them. Magnificent stuff from both players, Ball and Wang.
It's 3-5 now, Matt serving.
Clever serve.
Yeah, went slightly under the ball. I thought, but just didn't think it was enough to bother Roger from the look of it. Just sliding under it with backspin.
Trying to lock things up is Matthew Ball.
He's done the same, but with topspin this time, and then he's hooked him. What a shot.
Great placement.
Matt's looking in good form to me.
Looks confident and is making Roger Wang run as much as possible to chase the ball. No point feeding it straight back to the brick wall. You won't get past.
I agree. I think Matt's handling it really well. Yeah, spin, heavy spin. So update on Gina Liu versus Joanna Wang. Joanna snuck that set through, I think at 15-13 from memory. So two games to 1 to Gina Liu at the moment. Towel break at 6-all in the second, with Matt Ball having won the first.
Nothing in this second. Neither player looking fatigued, all stressed at this stage. Waiting for someone to claim dominance in the game.
What a combination that was. Side to side, and hooks a winner.
Beautiful to see.
Curves it out wide to the forehand.
Nice spin.
Oh, he's cramped him up there.
Lovely backhand spin that time from Matthew Ball. Taking it to the next stage. Roger Wang serving. Locked up, 7 apiece in the second game. Tight moment of the match.
Oh, that's a terrific serve. I was picking that topspin, and obviously it wasn't.
I think Matthew Ball picked it top spin as well, and it wasn't. Straight back into the net for
Straight
Ball.
in the bottom of the net. Oh, watch this serve again. Oh, same again. I think that just caught the edge. So
it's not often you see Matthew Ball falling for that twice.
No, he's a smart player, Matt. Not easy to trick him.
He's been around the tennis table for quite some time.
Oh, lovely from Matt. Yeah.
He made Roger Wang go from left to right to left to right.
Then counter-attacked and stayed on top in the rally. He's very comfortable with that sort of play. His forehand is very, very solid.
Growing with confidence is Matthew Ball. He gets the serve, leading 9-8 in this second game.
Wow, great shot, Matt Ball.
Oh, and back, Roger Wang. Anything you can do, I can do better.
What just happened there?
We weren't expecting that. That must give a player so much confidence when you play a shot like that.
Wow, came out of nowhere. Backhand punch. Let's see that again.
We thought Matthew Ball had this one and was heading to the side for a drink of water.
That's a great shot.
And
bang!
Nothing in it. 9-all at this stage.
Yeah, Roger's backhand block is like a brick wall. It's just such a shot.
Game point.
Yeah, this is huge.
Roger Wang to take the second game with the serve. Goes deep on the serve. And beats him.
Yeah, well, Matt was a bit lucky with his return there, so it would have been a bit unjust if he'd gotten that point. Big point, and it's one game all. Well played, Roger.
Roger Wang really had to work hard for the points in that game. He had to take it a step up from that first game. Outstanding stuff.
Oh, yeah, he's moving a lot, and Matt's really making him cover a lot of ground.
Might even be looking a little frustrated at this stage is Matthew Ball. It's the quarterfinal of the Open Men's Singles in Tauranga for the North Island Table Tennis Champs. 11-7 was the result of the first game to Matthew Ball over Roger Wang, but Wang fought back impressively to dominate proceedings in that second game. So one apiece at this stage. I'd hate to try and pick a winner. Two players of varying styles and technique. It may come down to
Go on, pick a winner. Go
Fortune
on.
of the day. I got a little soft spot for Roger Wang because you nicknamed him the brick wall. So I'm thinking if you can't get through him, I've always been a fan of defence wins games.
Okay.
Time will tell. He's not responding well at this stage, but that's okay. Give him time. Give him time. It's just warming up.
It's only 1 point. Only 1 point.
It's the new breed of table tennis players through Roger Wang. Such concentration on the serve.
Deep serve to the backhand. Great control, Matt. I wonder if Matt's going to get frustrated because Roger's backhand is just so solid, and Matt's potentially looking over hitting the ball.
You've played against Roger Wang. You know what it's like when you can't get through him as a player. How frustrating is that?
Well, it's frustrating. It makes you start to over hit the ball. So you've got to be careful not to go for too much, and just understand that more balls are going to come back from this guy than most people. Just keep going, and not overdo it. Oh, lovely. Yeah, very short swing, hooks it wide to Roger's forehand. Even those long arms can't make it.
Matthew Ball serving now, 2-1. Trying to get past Roger Wang. Nice.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
One of the shot of the day.
Isn't
that was
lovely?
Beautiful to watch. We were right near it.
He's done that a few times, hasn't he? He's moved him out wide, then hooked the forehand to the open forehand court.
It was a lovely hook. Watch him
Here
wind
we go,
it up,
bang.
wind it up.
He pushes him wide to the backhand, and then while he's got the balance over there, he hooks it to the forehand.
Straight for a courtside photographer, I think, was looking for the shot of the day. Here we go, another rally.
Wow.
No celebrations early from Matthew Ball, but he is on fire here in Tauranga for the North Island champs.
That is high speed. And update with Gina Liu and Joanna Wang. They are now 2 games all.
Oh, too much that time.
Roger is using a lot of energy. So
Didn't have to force that one, Matthew Ball.
When you talk about physical exertion and stamina and so forth, look at Roger. He's sweating heavily and struggling as he's having to cover so much ground. Watch this here. How Matt pushes him out wide. Oh.
And it's a physically demanding sport in terms of moving around a lot, but also the concentration factor of not knowing what's coming your way.
Absolutely, and the speed of everything, at which everything happens.
Fast and furious, the table tennis in Tauranga.
Well, your guy Roger's doing pretty well.
I'm an unbiased commentator, Barry Griffiths. Let me tell you. Got into position well after the serve did Ball, but too much on it.
Yeah, I think Matt's short serve to the forehand looked good to me, but just Roger handled it beautifully.
On the net. Hand goes up, gets another opportunity. 5-3, Wang. Oh, I love that from Ball. That was beautiful, wasn't it?
How many times has he done that?
I loved that from him. That was remarkable.
His forehand out wide to Roger's forehand is a great shot.
You just can't afford to give him the opportunity to expose it. It's amazing.
I agree. Look at that. It's just
and not even enough time to wind it up.
No,
Like,
short
so
swing.
Short on time.
Short swing, very compact. So it looks like there's some sweat on the table, and Roger's wiping that off. It's not, you're only allowed a towel break every 6 points, so this is not a 6 point, so he needed approval from the umpire to be able to do that.
Had to ask the permission first of all.
But if any sweat gets on the ball,
That's not good.
Then it will just slide off your bat. You won't be able to play a proper table tennis shot. So that's why it's allowed. I think Matt's getting frustrated with how solid Roger's backhand is.
4-7, Matthew Ball serving.
Good long serve. Unlucky for Roger. It's like the only way through his backhand to get a net.
It is. It is the only way through. Fought his way back within 2 has Matthew Ball, trailing 5-7. I remind you, it is 1 game apiece, 11-9 to Ball. 11-7 to Wang. At the moment, Wang serving. A crucial time in this match. Wang up 7-5.
Long serve surprised him.
Didn't expect that.
Oof.
Clever play from Roger Wang. What will he turn up this time? Good placement from Matthew Ball, but couldn't crack it. He decided to move Roger Wang.
I think Roger was just questioning there whether that was an edge, but it missed. So yeah, 6-8, Matt serving. Very critical 2 serves for Matt here. Long, fast serve.
Good placement. Good rally.
Well done, Roger. Roger trading forehands with Matt. Matt's got the bigger forehand, but Roger got through that time. Big point, because it means he's going to be at least 2 up on his own with his own serve to follow. Now, neither player has a great serve, which results in more rallies happening. I mean, Matt's serves are pretty comfortable to see.
Makes for entertaining viewing at the North Island Champs, that's for sure.
Yeah. So Matt's more of a rallier, so because that serve is relatively understandable.
Game point here to Roger Wang, leading 10-6 in the third. Can he wrap it up, secure this third game? Another rally, this time too wide, too long.
He got through the Roger backhand. Roger's got to be watching for those balls coming wide to his forehand, because Matt's been controlling it out there. It's just going to be a long serve, I'd guess. No. Wow.
The return of serve was exceptional, but Roger Wang was up for it. Wasn't expecting that.
He was waiting there, wasn't he? Let's have a look at his positioning. Serves, position.
Great return of serve. Off balance and all for the shot. But
beautiful shot. Because I was just wondering whether he was just waiting for it, but you look at his position. No, he's neutral and still able to do it. Incredible
shot to take out the third game in this 5-set match. 11-9, Matthew Ball took out the first. 11-7 to Roger Wang in the second. Now 11-7 in the third. So we're going into the fourth game of this all-important quarterfinal open men's single match. Win and you progress through to the competition in for a chance to be in the all-important final. Lose and you are out. No second chances from now on in.
Just a little update on Gina Liu and Joanna Wang. Gina was up 5-love in the fifth game, but Joanna has hauled that back to 7-all currently.
That is the voice of Barry Griffiths, former Olympian in table tennis, Seoul Olympics 1988, 8 times national champion. No one's coming close to you, Barry, not going to lie. No one at this tournament anyway.
Well, there's Tony Liu back in Auckland, who's not here, has won 7 times.
He's close.
And he reminds me that he will take that record or equal it later this year. Well, I said, you've got to do it first.
Do you remind him of the score, you 8 and him 7?
Yeah, in Chinese, whenever I see him, I just say Babichi.
8-7.
Yeah, which is 8-7 in Chinese. And he just sort of, he grits his teeth and grumbles and, yeah.
Great footwork that time from Roger Wang. But at this stage, Matthew Ball is grappling a great lead in the match. He wants this one done and dusted, does Matthew Ball, receiving 3-0 up. And all of a sudden, Roger Wang is looking slightly depleted and more frustrated than Matthew Ball did in the third game. So Ball to serve, up 4-love. What will he turn out?
I'm just a little curious about Roger's energy levels. He's the one that's having to do all the work here, and he's just looking a little tired.
He's the one that's called the towel out for the sweat on the table as well. So certainly exerting himself is Roger Wang. Receiving the ball is Wang. Ball serving.
And he even missed his trademark backhand.
He would have got that
earlier
in the day. Yes, Matthew Bull had a good old look at the score then. He wasn't sure if he was seeing things right. We didn't anticipate this for the final game of the match. Trying to push it too much now is Roger Wang. That's what happens when you chase 4 points and you're trailing by 7. He is on the serve, though. He needs to put it all behind him if he's in with a chance to taking out a title and remaining in the competition.
Well, he's looking troubled this game. It looks like it's going to be 2 games all. And Matt's on top here, moving him around, getting his hook forehand going, looking strong.
Nice serving, Matthew Bull.
So Roger's on the board with 1. So he'll be at least happy with that.
You just have to put the rest behind you, but keep that 1, don't you?
Yeah, look, I mean, if this game gets away, it'll be 2 all, and, you know, it's an even battle. It happens.
Matthew Bull looking confident now, 9-1. Receiving the ball from Roger Wang. This match will go through to 7 games, not 5. So plenty more table tennis heading your way with the men's quarter-final. Looking pretty good at the moment is Matthew Bull.
Sometimes when you have such a big lead, it's almost hard to put it away. And I think that's how it's feeling slightly for Matt at the moment. So, yeah, taking a little towel break, have a little rest for the brain, and then come back and hopefully finish the points off.
It's been exceptionally physically demanding for both players throughout this match. Roger Wang needs to dig deep here and find something special.
That serve was just not short, so he's looking for the short serve wide of the forehand. It just came long, right in the zone for Roger. A bad serve.
Nice forehand from Roger Wang to call that point back.
So Matt's got to watch out here. The thing when you're only playing up to 11 is, you know, a few more errors and it could tighten up. I mean, he's still totally on top, but yeah. Nice drive into the body, just enough to stop Matt getting his forehand hook on it.
We have seen the momentum change so often throughout this match. All of a sudden, a Roger Wang that was looking fatigued a few points ago has a spring in his step.
Oh, exactly, Lavina. I mean, that's now serving at 5-9 versus if Matt had held one of those points, it would have been 10-4.
Big
so
difference.
5-9, and if he takes 2 points, it would be 7-9, and now it's tight. It's tightening up. Yeah, Matt's just got to pull himself together here.
Power shot.
It's shots that were working before are now just taping it out. So that's the problem when you just lose your focus just for a second. 1 minute later, 2 minutes later, it's gone from like 9-2 to 9-7. So that's a timeout call. I expect that's called by Matt.
I would say so. A remarkable comeback from Roger Wang. He was trailing love 7 in this game.
He was.
He said he needed to produce something special. He, in fact, has kept it pretty simple to win those points back.
Yep, solid. But, you know, there have been errors from Matt.
Could fatigue be a question, maybe, for Matt Bull at this stage?
He's looking all right physically. Maybe there is some fatigue, but to actually hold your focus for the period of 7-game match, which could be 40, 45 minutes, it is almost impossible to do throughout. You're going to have some slumps, and I think Matt's just had a little one now. Hopefully that little break has changed it, and he'll pick up from his serve now. Nice serve. Terrible backhand, missed by a long way.
Uncharacteristic backhand that time. Haven't seen much of that, that's for sure.
So well controlled. Things have just gone a little bit off the rails. Now it's really tight.
off the net.
Roger.
Off the net, didn't hit the table.
When you've got the opponent feeling tight like that, the last thing you want to do is make an unforced error like that. That has let Matt off the hook.
Let him off the hook and also giving him a game point opportunity here, leading 10-8. Receiving the serve, so Roger Wang with the advantage of the serve. What can he create?
Gone for the heavy backspin serve. Matt has spun it up. Roger has forced it and off the end. That unforced error at 8-9 was huge.
Delightful return of serve that time. Plenty of spin on the ball. Some of these points will come back to haunt the players as they check out the vision later on this evening.
Heavy topspin serve. Beautiful. Yeah, that's really nice.
Forced him into the net.
So a little update over there with Gina and Joanna. Gina's leading 3 games to 2. In the 6th game, Joanna is leading 6-5. So it is as close as it can be.
This is the quarterfinals of the men's singles at the North Island Table Tennis Championships in Tauranga. Best of 7 games. 11-7, 9-11, 7-11, 11-8 to Ball. So with the upper hand is Matthew Ball, the old campaigner, as he's been referred to occasionally. He's got a clever head on his shoulders. He loves a tense match.
Nice play. I like that long serve followed by a counter attack. Keeping Matt on the back foot. His backhand is solid, but it's not really going to hurt you.
We haven't seen a lot of long serves from Roger Wang throughout this match. Might
He's
see
capable of it. There you go. It's 2 in a row. And we're against other opponents, so it might be risky, but it's not risky against Matt's backhand. Matt is only steady on the backhand, so I think it's worth the risk. So
another request to remove the sweat from the table.
Yeah. Well, at this stage of the game, I mean, every time you move around, sweat's coming off your face and out of your hair, and you know, a few droplets always land on the table. It's yeah, just the way it goes.
You certainly don't want the droplets falling on the ball.
No, look, it happens, and then there are times if you then play a shot, the ball just drops straight to the floor from your bat, and that's really unfortunate.
Went for the flick.
Went for the flick. It's a little risky. But,
the ball was low, wasn't it?
It was very low. Matt kept that low and into the middle, making the backhand flick a little risky.
Oh, aggressive that time from Matthew Ball.
See Roger looking at his bat and wiping his bat. I just wonder, with your point, whether there was sweat on the ball and that may have just dropped off, because he missed it by a long way, and someone of Roger's standard, he's not going to miss it by a long way.
Roger Wang with the serve. 2-all.
Oh, he had it there too. He got Matt. Just missed it.
The momentum in this match has changed so often. Will come down to focus from these players. See if they can make it through to the men's quarter-final match into the semis.
Just feel like Matt's got more control at the moment. Feels like Roger's just trying to force things a little bit. Whereas I think Roger should just be happy to go for the long rallies. He's so solid.
Matthew Ball almost plays like when he does a shot he's not happy with or loses a point, it doesn't bother him at all. He puts it behind him. That's his attitude.
Yes and no. I mean, he's a very calm guy, but as you saw in the previous game, he can get tight when he has a lead. So, you know, when Roger came back about 6 or 7 points, Matt was uncharacteristically sloppy. I think he was just getting tight, whereas now he's looking absolutely amazing.
Everything looked amazing about that, didn't it? What a rally.
And it looks so easy and effortless, doesn't it?
Comfortable.
He's terrific rallier.
Down 2-6, Roger Wang serving.
Yeah, I think he's in a spot of bother here. Matt's starting to get in his zone. I like that, straight into the middle. Not enough room for Matt to get a swing on where he has been hooking him wide to the forehand. Roger had been coming cross-court, which I think Matt really enjoys.
Clever shot selection there from Roger Wang, serving again. 3-6, would love to get one more back here.
And to me, that sort of comes back to your sort of question before about strategy and the like. And for me, I'm just trying to, what is that person's superpower, if you like? You put the ball to the middle of Matt's forehand, he's going to hook it way wide on your forehand. That's their superpower. You've got to avoid it and find where you can go safely.
And the safest spot against Matthew Ball might be closer to his body, not letting him wind up and make the shot.
I think the easy safe ball is to Matt's backhand. But then the moment you've got a chance to progress that rally, come into his body, not giving him the room to swing that forehand. It's a bit lucky.
Had an opportunity there, Matthew Ball, to send it across the table and score a point, but it wasn't going to be the case. And now we see Roger Wang coming back within 2 of Matthew Ball in this game.
So this is interesting. Matt has again been on top in this game, and Roger, the last few points, has come back.
Fighting
It's
back.
Feel a little bit like Matt might again just be tightening a little, and Roger's got focus again. I like that sort of rally with Roger. Short swings, keep it going, put the pressure on Matt, and it's all about ball placement then.
And he has so much confidence in his ability.
Roger went straight to the zone of superpower, if you want to put it that way, and gone. If he'd come down here in the middle, he would have been fine. And he'd been doing that all game, but why did he go there? Nice spin. Oh, great shot. Man, pumps the backhand.
That was impressive from Matthew Ball. So much confidence with that backhand pump. He's with the serve, leading 9-5.
Yeah, Roger's got to think. Here we go. I just don't like Roger coming wide to that forehand. Matt is so strong there. He's losing all of those points, so why do it?
Looking to take the game out is Matthew Ball. Another
Nice
good
return.
rally.
Nice return.
We have been spoilt for entertainment here in Tauranga at the Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre, the North Island Table Tennis Championships. This is the quarter-final between Matthew Ball and Roger Wang.
I believe this one's a best of 7, so this is not match point.
Nope, the game point up for grabs here if Matthew Ball can return as impressive as he has been playing. Another superb rally, and Matthew Ball says, I'll take that one as well.
I've got to say, that's the 3rd tactical mistake that Roger's made in the last 5 points by putting that ball into the middle of Matt's forehand, which is his strength. Here it goes. Too easy. That is just like, here, have the point.
You can't afford to do or say that to Matthew Ball in a competition like this. So asserting some dominance once again.
So I see Max Henderson wandering on the court thinking match is over, but it is not over.
We've all fallen for that.
Max, get off the court. So I presume Max is probably coming up. He's coming up in doubles next.
He's playing in the open men's doubles along with Matthew Ball, believe it or not. He'll go from one court to the next.
And in the women's with Gina and Joanna, Gina was up, I believe, 5-2 or 5-1 in the deciding 7th game, and she is now trailing 9-5. So Joanna has won a whole sequence of points and looks to take it out.
So this is the 6th game, best of 7. Matthew Ball, if he takes out this first to 11, then he'll win the match. Pressure is on Roger Wang to see if he can fight back, score some points and level things up and take us all the way to 7. That's what we want.
Well, we talked about 7 from the beginning if Roger played well and Matt was not quite on his game. Could be. Nice serve,
The
Matt.
flavour of the match has been Matthew Ball dominating proceedings early in the games and then Roger Wang fighting back to try and score some points.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll happen this time.
Roger feels like he's the one having to do all the hard work here.
Relied on a forehand that time, did Roger Wang. Showed a bit of faith in that shot.
Roger's just got to get in there. He's just got to push Matt. Long serve, nice.
Missed that one. He gets into position beautifully after serving, does Roger Wang. Sets himself up nicely. Just trying that little bit too hard at times against a cool, calm customer of Matthew Ball.
Oh, he's lifting it. I think he's just feeling that pressure. Looks like a timeout there.
He's called a timeout himself, did Roger Wang.
And we have an update. Joanna has beaten Gina 11-6 in the 7th game, coming back from, I think, 5-2 down in the decider. So great fight back from Joanna, and she moves forward. I presume that puts her forward to either the semi-final or the final. I'm not sure where that's at quite.
That'll mean she secures a place in the semi-final. So one more game to go before she secures that final place. But
that's hard work, isn't it?
Yeah, hard work. Tough for all of these players. We're watching Matthew Ball at the moment. Straight from here, he'll get a 4-minute break before he embarks upon the Open men's doubles final.
It's hard, isn't it? These guys go from table to table, match to match.
It's exhausting watching it, let alone competing in it.
Oh, yeah.
With the serve, Roger Wang.
Crucial
down
time.
2-4. So important to score some points.
Matt's looking solid. Sometimes Roger on that forehand reaches a little in front of himself for it, and that's where some errors can just kick in.
And that's where with Matthew Ball it looks so effortless.
Isn't it? Yeah, he's
doing well.
Very nice technique, nice compact backhand. Everything's so solid in his game. He's looking strong. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Roger Wang forehand is struggling against this.
It has been a battle of attrition at the North Island Table Tennis Champs. It's the men's quarterfinal singles. Lovely serve. A no-look serve that time from Matthew Ball. The deceptive serve.
Well, Lavina, we want our 7 sets. We want 7 games, don't we?
Come on, Roger.
What's happening?
Let's see what you can do.
What's happening?
Wang with the serve.
Nice return, deep return, surprised Roger. He was coming forward and caught out by that.
And again.
Oh, beautiful forehand. I'm looking for the hook.
Nice deep return of serve once again.
So much pressure. Can Roger come back? It's a mountain now.
1 point away from securing a place in the semi-final. Nice and relaxed.
Just so casual, isn't it?
Huh? It was like a training session, that last part, wasn't it? You wouldn't have even known. Congratulations goes out to Matthew Ball in an absolute cracker of a match that went through to 6 sets. In the end, it was Matthew Ball who reigned supreme over Roger Wang. And what an entertaining game of table tennis that was, Barry Griffiths.
It was a cracker, wasn't it? I thought they both played a great standard. I think Roger had his chance when he was coming back. He was 2 games to 1 up, and he came back to 8-9 in the 4th, and he just made that unforced error when Matt was feeling all sorts of pressure. I think it just turned at that moment.
And in a game of table tennis, isn't it interesting that one unforced error in the middle of the match can be a deciding factor?
Yeah, I can. I mean, the margins of winning and losing are so tight.
Okay, so you've had a good look at Matthew Ball in terms of what he can do with the racket. Where do you think he'll go from here? Is he in with a chance to go all the way here in Tauranga at the Champs?
Yeah, he is. I mean, I would say that my favourite player to win would be Alfred, but Matt as the second one. And we just have Lisa Gear on the second table over here after her wonderful performance in the singles there. She won such a tight 5-game match, and her dad was so nervous, chewing his shirt, and he should be very proud of her.
She is a magnificent player to
Magnificent.
watch. Exceptionally talented. And a lovely smile as well.
Yeah, lovely smile.
A lovely smile. And a nervous daddy. Right, we're counting down to the Open men's doubles final here in Tauranga. It will be Paul Innes and Shane Lawson from the Bay of Plenty. This is their tangata whenua where they hang out and practice, so big hopes for those. Up against Matthew Bull, who's just come off that quarter-final men's singles win, teaming up with Max Henderson. Henderson is also from the Bay of Plenty, so there's a Bay of Plenty flavour to this one, to be brutally honest.
They've got some strong players. So yeah, Max is I think he's looking very close to selection for the New Zealand team for the Oceania Champs. Paul Innes is strong. Shane Lawson, the former New Zealand champion, is still going. So who knows? He could cause trouble for some players.
We did check out Paul Innes earlier in the day in his opening match. He was surpassed by August Zhao, the 11-year-old from Auckland. That was incredible in the second and third set. But Paul Innes is a campaigner. He played table tennis as a youngster for a long time, then at 17 years of age decided to give the game away just for a couple of decades and has now reignited his table tennis career. He was bitterly disappointed with that round of 32 loss and will be looking to atone himself and rectify his performance in this Open men's doubles final. It's always entertaining to have Open men's doubles table tennis on show, and thanks to Stream Shop and Table Tennis New Zealand, after a 2.5-year hiatus, we are bringing you the best of the best live from Tauranga, Moana.
Well, it's got to be tough for Matt to back up in doubles straight after having such a strenuous singles match, I would have thought.
It's not for the light-hearted, this table tennis. Barry Griffiths, you'd know. You went to the Olympics for New Zealand in 88, 8 times national champion. You know, you have to back up performance after performance.
Well, I think it's a little bit easier talking about it.
What are you trying to say?
Well,
what are you trying to say, Barry?
No, well, as in I'm feeling more comfortable watching than I would be out there trying to do what these guys are doing. So, yeah.
It's certainly a strenuous sport, and it does take the fit of the fittest to make sure that they can compete against the best of the best. It's fast, it's electrifying, it's entertaining, and we're lucky to have it on show, showcasing much of the table tennis world today, and also looking forward to tomorrow as well, with our Paralympics being on show for the first time in a long time.
There are some cool players there too. I enjoyed going to see a para event at the Manurewa Table Tennis Hall, and the character there was Alfie Lin from Nelson, who's super enthusiastic, and yeah, some good players. It's good to watch, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
There's no opportunity for any players from table tennis to go to the Commonwealth Games for New Zealand. That's a discussion for a later date, I do say, but it's disappointing for some players not to have that goal where they can be selected for their country, to represent their country.
Well, I suppose from my perspective, I can afford to be a little blunt with that, is that the New Zealand Olympic Committee has decided that there's a certain standard they require table tennis players to meet. Which I think is a little harsh for a sport that has 227 member associations or countries that participate,
Massive.
Which is the most of any sport in the world. And I think it's a little harsh. And so I mentioned I was at a conference in Fiji a couple of months ago and mentioned that to the incoming New Zealand Olympic Committee a person there. I just cannot recall her name. So I really would like to see them make more commitment to sports such as table tennis to develop and offer opportunities to players who've made such a commitment to improve themselves.
Play is underway for the Open men's doubles final. quick warm-up and making sure that everyone will be in place. It is Paul Innes and Shane Lorgerson of the Bay of Plenty up against Matthew Bull and Max Henderson. Henderson's also from the Bay of Plenty, so these competitors train together, play against each other on numerous occasions. This will be fast and furious, table tennis fans, let me tell you. And the title is on the line right here and right now. There is no love lost between the competitors that train in the same region. They came to Tauranga and from around the North Island to win a title. So it looks as though it will be Paul Innes and Lorgerson to serve first. Innes with the heavily bandaged right knee.
And Innes's partner is Shane Lorgerson, who's a multiple New Zealand men's singles champion who doesn't play a lot of competition, so he's probably one of the least prepared players here, but he has such talent and ball control that he can still be effective at this level.
He looks like quite the character, does Shane Lorgerson, former New Zealand champion.
Yeah, he certainly is a character.
Nothing in it at this stage, one apiece. Matthew Bull with the serve. We can explain the rules of doubles table tennis one more time. Need to serve from right to right.
Yep.
Get two opportunities to serve, and your teammate has to hit the ball after you.
Yeah, so each player has to hit and then alternate with the other player, and you serve diagonally from the right-hand side or forehand side to the opposing forehand side. That's from a right-hander's perspective. Wow,
Lorgerson.
What a shot.
Lorgerson with that flick backhand is impressive.
Yeah, that was awesome.
This is table tennis on show in Tauranga.
Nice rally here, and Matt just misses.
That time it was Henderson serving.
So I think they'll be looking to try and expose some movement for Shane Lorgerson. He's not as mobile as the other players. They're going to try and move him around a bit, I'd suggest, and get on top in the rally as a result.
Plenty of communication from the Bay of Plenty duo of Paul Innes and Shane Lorgerson. They're trailing 3-7.
Lorgerson has great touch. He's very good at things like return of serve, so nice and tight there, creating an opportunity for Paul on the next ball.
Shows lovely finesse as well at times, does Lorgerson. Matthew Bull with the serve, up 7-4.
Just unlucky there.
We remind you, if you have just joined us at the North Island Championships, Matthew Bull has just won the men's quarter-final individual in 6 sets.
Yeah, 6 beautiful sets. That was a wonderful match.
It was lovely to watch, and he had to work exceptionally hard to make a way into the semi-final clash. So forgive him if he looks a little fatigued, but at this stage he seems to be playing with very fresh legs, along with Max Henderson there serving with the green stripe.
And yet for Matt to win the title, he's got 2 more of those matches
I
to
know,
go.
it's
It's pretty hard. Did that go on?
Went for the big shot
No, it looks
and
like
missed.
he just missed, yeah. Nice looking shot. That caught Lorgerson in 2 minds there. And,
He wasn't sure what to do, was he?
yeah.
Game point here. Matt Bull
Tight
and
serve,
Henderson.
tight return. Beautiful flick from Lorgerson. Tough shot to do. Normally Lawson just plays short and tight on return. If I was Henderson, I'd be stepping in to try and flick that short ball. Yeah, nice return though.
Targeted right at him, didn't he? Went straight for Henderson in the body. Didn't give him an opportunity to wind up.
He's clever. There's a short one.
Nice rally.
Oh, Paul, he had it there.
Frustrated at that stage was Paul Innes.
Just made the error at 9-10, and the first game goes to Ball and Henderson.
They wrap up this first game by 2 points. Nothing in it in the early stages, but there was an ascendancy of authority from Ball and Henderson. Playing well together, good communication. Not looking too stressed or under pressure. Mind you, Innes and Lorgerson are looking pretty relaxed as well. Different demands with the game of doubles, isn't there?
There are. I mean, it's really just working in combination with your partner, cooperation. You have to play the type of rally that your partner likes to play. So sometimes it's not all about what you want to do. So you work it that way, and you also try and make the opponents uncomfortable. Just try and find little zones that you think can be awkward for them to give you some opportunities moving forward.
Do you expect to see a lot of signalling in this match?
It depends on the pairs. I would say for Shane, he's pretty casual.
He looks pretty relaxed.
He's a very, very relaxed fellow. So I'm not sure he's too worried about that sort of thing. He'll just sort of basically look to handle whatever happens.
That was a great shot.
Oh, that's right. He looks to hit it wide to the forehand, then just feints down the line. How do you play against that?
So difficult. Yeah. Very impressive shot that time from Shane Lorgerson.
Very sneaky. Nice shot, Max Henderson. Max is just more of an all-out power sort of guy.
He looks fit and strong, doesn't he?
He does a bit of work. He's been to training in Germany last year and has really improved his game and made a big commitment to table tennis. There it is again, that faint forehand down the line.
It's quite tricky, quite sneaky and tricky, isn't he?
So you've got to cover the one to the wide to the forehand. You just have to, and then he just breaks his wrist and goes down the line. Very hard to play against.
Innes and Lorgerson receiving. Up 3-1 in the second.
Yeah, I think Max should not go for too much on the serve. Yeah, that's nice and safe is good. And then Matt is so solid the next ball.
And that's the teamwork that you're talking about, the communication factor, setting up the shot for your partner.
Well, it's just that Lorgerson has such variation, so don't give him that opportunity. And if you serve tight, Lorgerson will tend to push short, and Matt just stepped in there. So if it's a nice tight serve, because Ball signalled this, watch, he steps in quite quickly, bang.
And bang.
But if he wasn't sure of the serve coming, you wouldn't be able to get in quick enough. So you need your partner to do what you want.
Serving again, Matthew Ball.
Oh, nice flick. Nice flick there. Good rally.
Didn't look as effortless that time for Matthew Ball as it did in the last game.
Had to cover a bit of territory, didn't he? See, look where he is. So you've got Paul flicks across there. He comes across in front of
all
Matt.
the way back.
So when he comes in front of Matt, Matt loses vision of the ball for a little bit. It's always quite hard when that happens.
Absolutely.
That's why I quite like that going out to the forehand to force that to happen.
Especially with the ball travelling that fast.
Yeah.
Just 2.5 grams is a table tennis ball.
Is it?
2.5 grams, doesn't hardly weigh a thing.
Oh, that's a good return. So, yeah, I think Matt was looking for that short one again and then just deep and wide to the backhand, and it sets Paul Innes up for the winner. So look at this. Matt starts stepping forwards. Caught out.
Caught
Bang.
out.
Bang.
Absolutely caught out.
That Shane Lorgerson is quite smart. He
You
doesn't
said
look
that.
it, right? But you know.
He looks smart. He looks smart. He looks clever. He looks crafty. A crafty table tennis player.
He is.
Years of experience. Former national title holder.
Yep.
Now plays for a bit of fun and at the odd national North Island tournament.
Yep. Nice return. Yeah. I think if I can recall, Shane Lorgerson had the biggest gap between winning titles for the men's singles. It was something like a 10-year gap or something like that. Because I remember at the time, what a shot. I remember at the time I was at a good friend's, Hagen Bauer's house, and straight after that match, Shane drove hours to get back and celebrate.
After winning his second national title, a decade after winning his first.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, it's a good return.
Nice return from Henderson.
Did that get over? Did that go over? That's really unlucky.
Tail break, nothing in this second set, 9 apiece at the moment. Nice communication between both sides. Serving is Paul Innes. Oh, loses his footing that time, does Henderson. Took the backward step. Set point. With the serve. And bounced away from Shane Lorgerson.
Yeah, quite a big swing he's got on that backhand, and if you run out of time, you can easily mishit it. As opposed to, say, Matt Ball, very small, compact.
And quick.
Yeah.
Very good return of serve.
Yeah.
Exceptional stuff that time from Shane Lorgerson. He was hungry for that return of serve, and he punished them.
He's keen.
Serving for the set.
Long serve a little bit. Nice. Oh, what a shot.
He was happy with that one, was Max Henderson. The fist went up. He looked at the cameras. The breath is blowing. He is pumped now.
What a shot that was. Look at this strong attack here.
Watch
and
the celebration.
Yeah.
Fist in.
Oh, just misses.
Have to win by 2 points. So serving for this set is Paul Innes. One more and they get a break.
Oh, there's a good chance on that.
Had a good look at the racket that time, did Shane Lorgerson. There's something wrong with it, he said.
He's normally very good at that shot. To be honest, I didn't really like the shot because it was going to Matt Ball's forehand, and he could have hooked it straight back across.
If we've learned something, don't go to Matt Ball's forehand.
Yeah, not wide anyway. Because if you look at this, where we go here, is this the same rally? Oh, no, that was the
one before.
Yeah.
Henderson trying to get a lead on this one.
Once again. That is terrible serving, though. Well, as in, I mean, you're just sitting there.
I've seen better.
Just a long serve in doubles is not normally a good idea. Just like that one.
He no longer prides himself on having an exceptional serve, does Lorgerson. Goes through the motions. Here's a chance now.
He's not happy with that, Lorgerson.
Matthew Ball, Max Henderson. Needing to win by 2 in the second set. Paul Innes with the serve to try and level things up. Goes for that backhand smash and secures the 14 all.
It's a long game, this one.
There was a signal. Matthew Ball knows what serve he wants.
and again a long serve, and again lost the point. Really, I think he's just got to simplify that serve and make sure it bounces twice.
Lorgeson serving for the set.
Don't go for too much on the serve. That's a much better serve.
Oh, he wound it up. He went for the cracker, didn't he?
Wound it up.
Went
Big
for the
swing.
pancake. The pancake didn't last.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Well, this is our longest game of the day, isn't it?
And it is entertaining. It is the final of the Open men's
Oh, and he's
doubles.
dug that in.
Chance to race away with the second set. This time it's Paul Innes serving. Henderson goes for it, too wide that time for Matthew Ball. And they worked hard for it, the Bay of Plenty duo, and their home crowd here in Tauranga. They take out that second set, 17-15. Has a little look at the commentary box, put the eyebrows up.
He wants to know we're saying good things.
Do you coach him, do? We're saying great things about Shane Lorgeson. It has been a magnificent display from him so far.
Don't worry, Shane, you've still got it.
Brace yourself. Table tennis fans, this one will also be an absolute cracker. It is the final, the decider of the Open men's doubles. Champion will be crowned at the end of this. On the screen is Paul Innes and Shane Lorgeson. Lorgeson on the left, rehydrating.
Yeah.
Getting ready for this third set. So the first went to Henderson and Ball. The second had to work hard for it was Innes and Lorgeson.
So I note that Alfred De La Pena has just won the third game against Adrian So, and Alfred now leads 3 games to love. I'm seeing August Zhao over there. Who is the opponent? I'm not 100% certain.
We saw August Zhao earlier in the day defeat Paul Innes with a spectacular display as play gets underway for the third set of this doubles final in Tauranga. Once again, momentum is changing throughout the match. Innes to serve, up 1 love in the third. Nice switching from the players. Went for the winner, did Paul. Shane says, don't worry, mate, I would have done the same thing. Matthew Ball serving.
Good tight serve. Yeah, Shane trying to put it short and tight, makes the error.
It was innocuous but effective.
Gone for the flick. Caught Max out, and lucky he did, because Shane didn't get out of the way.
Likes a power shot, does Max Henderson, doesn't he?
He
It's
does.
all power, power, power.
Yep.
Lorgeson serves.
Catches Paul out with a long ball deep to the backhand. Nice play.
If you've joined us playing for a title in the men's doubles at the North Island Champs, closest to your screen is Paul Innes and Shane Lorgeson. Opposing them in the green top, Max Henderson and Matthew Ball in black.
That's a good push, catches him out wide to the forehand.
Trailing 3-5, Paul Innes with the serve, trying to claw one back.
And we just see that Kim Wang, the #1 lady in New Zealand, will be playing soon.
And we look forward to her
Star table
performance.
tennis player.
Outstanding. Look forward to her efforts. She's already warming up for that match.
Well, I'm not sure. Is she signaling that she's out? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I think she's messing with us.
We will try and get some confirmation on that. It'll be interesting to know. You've been fooled before, so I think
yeah.
Simon just kind of gets you every time.
Yeah, well, if Simon put her up to it, I'd be gone.
Look at this. Hold on to your seats. 6 piece towel break. A little quick breather. Really hard to pick the dominant force in this third set. Serving is Lorgerson. Nice backhand chop.
Great shot. Wonderful defence.
Pushed the young kid back, didn't he?
Yep.
So Max Henderson, I'll teach you a lesson or two in table tennis. Gets another opportunity.
Yeah.
Concentration there from Henderson, but when you're forced back like that, it's so hard to implement the best shot.
Well, Max is very used to Paul and Shane. They train a lot together here in the Bay, so he's quite familiar with what they can do.
Ennis and Lorgerson receiving, leading 8-6. Off balance, but still a good shot from Lorgerson.
Nice.
Kept it alive for as long as he could. Just 1 point in it now.
Nice safe serve. Oh, he's gone for a risky shot. I'm not sure why.
Sometimes these players just throw caution to the wind.
Yeah,
It just depends when they do it.
just didn't see that the gap was there. So if there's a gap, yes, but... Oh, nice play. Shane was caught a little bit, but he made a good adjustment. No spin serve, and he's put it off the end, which is what your aim is.
Ennis and Lorgerson now. They're up 10-8. Receiving the serve from Matthew Ball, a chance to take out this set.
What
Goes
a
for the
shot.
smash. He loved that.
What a
He
shot.
loved it. He was celebrating that even before it hit the table.
I mean, looking at this, he looks like he's going to go down the line and then back cross court.
Great
there's
stuff.
no way to defend against that. It's just a great shot.
Forces them back. Such strength and control. There we are. So Ennis and Lorgerson take out the third set, 11-8. What a match we have on our hands for the men's doubles final here in the Bay of Plenty. Entertainment galore.
It is. It's very close. I think the favourites would have been Ball and Henderson, so this is a terrific performance by Lorgerson and Ennis.
So they trailed the first set 9-11. A hard-fought win in the second, 17-15 and 11-8 in the third. The Bay of Plenty duo are just one set away from being crowned North Island champions. And you can excuse Matthew Ball for taking his time to get back in position. He's just come off an absolute cracker of a match. It took its toll on his performance. And now he has to drum up something special.
He does. It's now or never.
Max Henderson straight away saying, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to do? We need these points. They're vital, especially on your serve, Matthew Ball.
I like that sort of rally. Just top spinning, getting in with top spinning. Don't have to go too hard, and they will win most of those rallies.
Clever play from both sides. The block didn't work that time for Lorgerson. Paul Ennis with the serve. Nice attacking play from Henderson.
Yeah, it's not
He's
that
rewarded
easy.
for that.
Yeah. So notice that young August Zhao has leveled the matchup over there at 1 game all. And Alfred De La Pena has come through and won 4 games to love against Adrian So, my training partner in Auckland. So good on you, Alfie. He's into the quarters, semis, something. Must be semis, surely.
Semi-finals for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Enjoying their table tennis. Shane Luckerson with a smile on his
he
face.
Constantly has a smile when he plays, doesn't he? Except when he misses that backhand.
Wasn't happy with the bat. Something wrong with the racket.
Missed a few of those down the line, which is a shot that he's normally very good at.
Time for atonement. Gets the serve. Nothing too fancy.
Just tight, but gets in, and then they place the ball well, and Paul lost balance.
Yeah, got to be balanced for a shot like that, Paul Innes.
Just caught him leaning backwards, and off the end it goes. Yeah, I think Paul should have handled this. Yeah, leaning back, stepping back for that. Not easy. Nice lift up. Did that really go on?
I think it did.
That's like an underarm.
Confirmation to the point.
Underarm swipe.
We've lost the ball at the moment. Don't worry, Barry, I'll get it.
I thought about going, but I'm just too comfortable with you here.
It's all right. We've got a cast of thousands chasing the balls, which is quite handy.
Good.
Just 1 point in it in
Very
this
close.
fourth set. It's teetering. Who's willing to take it by the throat? Have some form of dominance over the match.
That's nice play.
And well left.
Yeah, so when Paul gets forced to the forehand, next time it comes back round to him, he's going to be caught wide to the backhand. And if you can hang in for that rally, it works every time.
Too wide for the forehand.
Nice.
It worked for Matthew Ball earlier in the day, but just too far out. If you're going to send it to his forehand and wide, make it really wide.
I think Lorgeson's placement is exceptional.
Clever player.
It just makes it harder than you expect it to be.
Open.
Look at that. It's too easy for him.
I don't think he wanted to chase it too much further, so he was happy to go for the winner that time, Shane Lorgeson.
He's gone for the towel now. I think, a few deep breaths for him. Lovely backhand. Here we go. The put away. Hooks it to the forehand.
Textbook stuff there.
He'll be happy with that.
It was a lovely delivery. Beautiful stuff. Textbook table tennis from Shane Lorgeson.
Oh,
And again, he's on
isn't
fire.
that pretty?
He's in the zone, as you like to say.
Yeah.
The smile is back. Not that it went away too far.
Well, he's a happy boy.
It's a timeout this time from Matthew Ball and Max Henderson. Need to take the break and regroup and find out exactly what's going on. And the chat might be, maybe we should keep it away from Shane Lorgeson because he is on fire.
Yeah, I think the break is, let's hope that he calms down a bit, cools down a bit after another 1 minute break. That's about as good as anything. He's doing so well. Yeah, the feeling he has on his bat is amazing. It's like almost no other player.
Matthew Ball was so dominant in that quarterfinal men's singles match just a short while ago against Roger Wang. Right now, he is playing more of a pedestrian role in this, whether or not it's fatigue or he's just waiting for his turn to make an impact. Time will tell. Can't afford too much time.
He's going to be a little bit tired, but it's also, it's different movement. You've got to get in there and then get out of the way and then get back in. It's hard to be in good position. Whereas in singles, he's got his spot and he's just makes it so effortless, doesn't he? Just a bit harder to do that in doubles.
Like most sports, when it's effortless, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And Shane Lorgeson he's hurting them.
With the serve is Lorgeson, leading 8-6 in the fourth.
Serve and little smile and away he goes. Oh, Paul needed that.
His serve comes with a smile. That's a beauty.
Seems to. So Paul's just got to get his topspin in, not do too much. And Shane's playing so well. Let Shane take the
let him take control.
Yeah, just get the topspin going, Paul.
And Paul's good at the topspin. So all he needs to worry about is that return.
He's made 2 errors topspinning in a row. I think he's trying to do too much.
Instruction from Barry Griffiths, former Olympian, is keep it simple.
In this case, yeah. Oh,
Henderson did well to get there in the first place.
Yeah, and Augustin misses the put away.
3 points in a row for Matthew Ball and Max Henderson. Ball with the serve.
Nice safe serve, great return. Beautiful backhand. 9-all, big moment.
Tail break. Regroup, reassess. One more set is all that Paul Innes and Shane Lorgerson need to win this North Island title. It's all lucked up at the moment in the fourth, 9 apiece. Who wants it the most?
Oh, he's missed it. It's just hit the tape and bounced out. Oh.
This will force it to a 5th set if the receivers, Ball and Henderson, can win it. Oh, off the tape again.
Yeah.
Crucial point.
Well, we're back at 10-all.
Crucial point.
But that ball went to Matt Ball's forehand, where he's been so strong in the singles. Just making a few errors on that side now, which is unusual. I wonder if he is a little tired. Oh, Paul was there.
Not in the zone at the moment is Paul Innes.
It's a bit tight.
Receivers hoping to win this one to force it to 5. One more point away from securing the set.
Beautiful forehand.
Attacking play. Lovely stuff that time from Paul Innes.
They needed that.
11-all. Need to win by 2. We'll definitely go to 13 at least in this fourth.
Oh, beautiful shot. Wonderful
Lovely
rally. Oh.
So they got the point. They don't have the serve. Serve goes to Paul Innes. Receiving is Ball and Henderson. Looking for one more to secure the set.
Right. Good return. Nice rally. And
went for the
Lorgerson
biggie.
misses it. He misses the big one.
He went for the big one, didn't he? Didn't want to keep it in play any longer. As a result of that, has given the set to Matthew Ball and Max Henderson. That means we are 2 apiece in the final of the men's doubles. And in a tribute to their performance and their efforts in this table tennis clash, we will have a deciding set final. How cool is that?
Let's do it. We need it.
We need it.
And August Zhao, I think, won that 3rd game, and they're into the 4th. So I think so. Looks to be leading in the 4th as well. So that the little guy is looks to be a little bit of an assassin, really, running around. At 11 years of age, is he?
Incredible. 11 years of age.
That is amazing.
Zhao.
What a little player.
Some great pedigree. Certainly a family affair.
Wow.
Talented players.
Forehand winner. He's running away with this game.
We're down to the 5th and final set of the men's doubles final at the North Island Table Tennis Championships in Tauranga. I am Lavina Good. Joining me is Barry Griffiths, and we are excited about this final one. This will be the decider. First to 11 if you win by 2, or it could continue beyond that. Paul Innes and Lorgerson serving from the front of your screen to the back.
Beautiful.
What a way to start the fifth.
Wow, a couple of big backhands there. The Tauranga boys doing them proud.
Their home court in the Bay of Plenty. These are the tables they know and love. And the fans have turned out to cheer them on as well, which is great to see. First time we've had a tournament like this in Tauranga since 2018.
Yep.
They're winding him up now, aren't they?
Well, they are. August Chow won that match. I'm not sure what event it was because it seemed to be best of 5, so I don't know what event.
Receiving the ball, Paul Innes and Shane Lorgerson up by 2, keeping their cool, still finding it an entertaining match.
I like the fact that they're not going for such a big shot off their first attack. They build that rally because the opponents, when they defend, they've got to move out of each other's way. It's actually pretty hard to defend in doubles.
Matthew Ball that time was desperate for a point. For love is the Bay Plenty duo. This is an interesting time. They'll need to dig deep, will young Henderson and Matthew Ball. Henderson receiving and couldn't chop.
They're just losing in the first phase of the rally, the early phase, and Lorgerson and Innes are able to get the attack in first of all, creating so much pressure.
Well, that pressure has resulted in a 5-love lead in the 5th set. They don't want to get away from themselves, but Lorgerson here with the serve would have an air of confidence. There's the smile. Here comes the serve.
That's an unnerving smile, isn't it?
It's eerie.
Okay, they're on the board. 1-5. Ball to serve, signalling no spin. So it's a float serve. Nothing on it. So he's looking for the receiver to expect spin and pop it up, hopefully. Looks to be the same. Yeah, no spin on that.
Fighting their way back is Ball and Henderson.
Yeah, 2 in a row. 2-5. Innes looking a little nervous. Again, the no spin serve. No, that's a variation. That's a variation. What do we got? Oh, great defense.
Matthew Ball, reaction amazing.
Yeah. You know, I'm concerned for Paul because in that last rally, twice I saw him glance at the scoreboard. It's not a good sign when someone's doing that. It's like,
shows a sign of fatigue.
Well, as in he's focusing on the score and not the game. Got to focus on what you're doing in the point.
So after trailing love 5 in the 5th set, Matthew Ball and Max Henderson are fighting their way back into this match, chasing a doubles title here in Tauranga.
Oh, what a backhand.
That was impressive.
Lorgerson winds up. Bang.
Signal goes out. Henderson ready for the serve. Lorgerson receiving.
Yeah, good spin. It's going to be a tight ending. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about Paul. Just called a timeout. It almost feels like they've had a timeout, but I guess they can't have.
He really has to regroup now.
Yeah, Paul just needs to chill out a little, I think, and not worry so much about the score.
It's interesting when they're up 5-love. You think that would be great for your confidence, but sometimes it works opposite, doesn't it?
Sometimes I think you actually are so close to the finish line that you think, oh, only one more, only a couple more, things like that. And that actually is distracting you from the task at hand, which is, what do I need to do here? How do I need to play it? And then your execution. So I just don't think Paul's quite had his head in the game for the last half a dozen points.
No more looking at the scoreboard, just focus on the game at hand.
Yeah, I mean, do what your partner needs you to do. You know, do a shot that's going to position him to be in a strong, to play a strong shot.
the men's open doubles final. It is an absolute nail biter. Shane Lorgerson to serve to Matthew Ball.
Come on, Paul, just spin that ball up. The wheels have fallen off Mr. Innes.
You picked it. He has to dig very, very deep indeed if him and Lorgerson are in with a chance to take out this doubles title. Something wrong with Paul Innes's eye there. He said, I'll be right, I'll be right.
Oh, I hope so. Good safe serve.
Good return of serve initially from Paul Innes. But he is playing like a man who is lacking some confidence, and that's just developed in this 5th set.
Yeah, I mean, you've just got to stop worrying about it, just get on. It's easier said than done, of course. Yeah, this is a shame. It's a shame. I think, yeah, Paul's just, he's just lost it at this point.
It's quite depleted at the moment. It is match point, though. 6-10. Innes to serve. Didn't put much on it. Lorgerson went for it.
Oh, wonderful. Winning block. Back cross court by Henderson.
He's a clever little player, is that Max Henderson.
Takes the match. I think, yeah, Innes and Lorgerson will be disappointed with that. Having a 5-love lead in the decider, and then just a range of errors. I think Paul Innes started maybe worrying about the score, and then just became hesitant, I think, and the errors then flowed.
So Matthew Ball teaming up with Max Henderson have managed to secure the victory here in the men's open doubles final, winning 11-9, 15-7, 8-11, 13-11, 11-6, despite the fact in the 5th set they were trailing love 5.
Yeah.
And it looked as though it was turning to custard, which it didn't. They had to work tremendously hard, but credit to the winning duo for keeping their cool and not giving the match away.
So it looks like, from what I can see here, that Kim Wang, the top seed, lost to Carrie Guo in the semi-final, 4-3. So, yeah, that's quite a surprise for the books, that one.
Certainly an upset here in Tauranga, that's for sure. You are watching the North Island Table Tennis Championships. That was the men's doubles. We are counting down to 4 big finals. Make sure you stick around. We'll be back shortly with the big guns.